I've been busy. I mean, I do have a job other than what I want to do, which is teach SEO and talk about SEO. I actually have to like work on it. It's big pain in the butt. But in any case, I'm here to answer any and all questions. We're also going to take a look at a affiliate site. I wanted to cover this again. Here, let me go ahead and open this back up. We're going to make this smaller. All right. I like this opener. I like that I'm able to control some of this stuff here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. We'll make me big. I don't know if you want me to do a clear background. If you guys prefer the clear background to the blue, or maybe I should get another color, suggest it. Again, I'm here to teach. I do allocate quite a bit of time testing stuff out and learning new stuff. So I have a lot to share, but the objective here is to teach and help you. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Aside from that, let's go over a couple things that I'm learning about and what I'm teaching, and maybe some upcoming trainings that I'm thinking about having. Not thinking, they're about to come out, right? I assume that the group that's here with me now is probably one of the, not more dedicated, but, people that I see quite frequently, like Drew and Jose, and I don't know Enza, but it's great to have you anyway, and David. But so here's what I'm thinking. I have a couple ideas. I've been working on videos for, I'll just let it on the table and then let me know if what you think. Drew, I'd like your opinion because I see you a lot, and I know that, I'm working on the obvious update for the click-through rate manipulation only because, as I was having people, I had a lot of people with success. The people that didn't find success was due to resources. So I do have a much better way, right, that I do things. So I have been working on videos for that, but I got bombarded with, what's an easier way? What's a faster way? What's a more automated way, right? So the new CTR, the new, I want to do in more automated, the keyword research. What keywords should I send out? What volumes and what amounts, and how do I do this? And what's the dates, and what's the densities or the percentage of volume? What should I be doing, Chris? So the walkthrough, picking the keywords to where, to what pages, how do I do this? What's an authority? What's authority traffic, right? These kinds of concepts. And utilizing the system. So I kind of like that idea. Alongside of that, I have a indexing technique. I wouldn't say that it is not, it's a complete mystery. But it's from what I'm reading within the Facebook group, I noticed that people were still having trouble with some indexing. Now, I know there's some issues, but I do have a way to do some indexing, right? Now, coupled with maybe a tool, I definitely want to show this to some people, I think that it's a multi-layered system, or whatever you want to call it. But I think that would be super helpful. So the two types of CTR, the indexing, and then I have something for reputation management that I've been working on. It's not, I shouldn't share it, but I'm probably going to share it within the Facebook group to like a select few people. But we found something that works really well. I might even just give it just share it publicly. But aside from that, I was within here, and what I noticed is, I'm trying to get an all-in-one tool, right? And I've gone through all the tools. Like I started with Moz. I'm sure everybody did. I've done Moz. I really love Majestic, but as the market switches, when I'm talking to newer guys, I'm talking about, CFs and TFs, and they're talking about DRs and URs, but I utilized and implemented with Ahrefs, and, I just personally like SEMrush, and there's only one reason. The one reason was because every single time I had trouble, I clicked this button right here, I put the message in, and bam, they answer me, right? When I'm stuck and I want to flip an answer, I want it ASAP. So I really like that. And then every single time, it's probably me, but other people too. Like when I give a recommendation, they actually put it in. So I kind of like that. Maybe it's just because they, maybe they know I have my ear to the SEO world or something. I don't know. Maybe they'd take me into consideration. I'm not sure if anybody else has had that too, but that's what I've been noticing. I really like that. But aside from that, here's one thing that I really like. See, one of the things that was lacking with the on-page SEO tools that I was looking for was co-occurring words. And I even talked, if you come over here to Fiverr, and I've gone through multiple talks with multiple people, but if you come over here, what I'm trying to do is here, like if you come inside of here, and I didn't really like, I like this guy, I talked to him a little bit, but I was trying to get this guy here to build me a particular tool, right? The thing that I wanted was I have somebody to work on it, but I need another aspect of it. I want them two to work together. And here's what I wanted. I like the on-page aspect of, pulling the elements and the images and all that and all the scraping, and that's perfectly fine. But there's something that was lacking, and here's what it was, and here's what I want. But I found a semi-good solution with SEMrush. What I'm looking for is, we can pull in the top 10 results, the top 10 pages, which ones have the best on-page, and come up with a calculation. The small piece that I wanted was the co-occurring words. So what I wanted was, if I put in a keyword, I want to get all 100 results, right? All the 100 results. And out of the 100 results, how many times were keywords duplicated more than one time that are a primary or a secondary keyword? So that's really what I was looking for. So aside from that, give me one moment here. My dog's banging at the door. Give me 1 second. I'll be up. I know why the dog was going crazy. It's because my wife took a ham to my mother's house. My mother lives like 45 minutes away. So they took like a ham down there or whatever. And well, who's at my mother's house is my son's grandma and his great grandma, right? So they were visiting, having a good day. In any case, lost 2 people. That's perfectly fine. We're going to cover some more. But anyway, the co-occurring words. But what I noticed inside of here is this, and I guess we'll start getting into more SEO, is for this particular keyword, if we go SEO consulting services, which is something I was playing with today a little bit. So we know that the words that are bolded is what makes it relevant, and we know the variations of the keyword matter, right? But if we come down here, we also get some of these words that are also important to the SERP, and we know this because Google's bolded them. They're down here at the bottom. So the word specialist, the word near me, consultation, company, agency, that's for this SERP, right? Consultants, consultant, and consultancy. And these words all make sense, right? So what I notice is if I put this inside of here and I put my related, I like this list of basically co-occurring words for this primary keyword that are listed within SEMrush's keyword magic tool, right? And I'm not promoting these guys or anything. I'm just saying, I think that this is as good as a list as any, and it's already within the data set. And that's one of the things I'm testing out with this here. this page. I showcased this morning. Again, if you have questions, you just jumped on, go ahead and answer the questions. I'm just, talking through the day. We're just talking, I'm going to upload some content too and answer questions. We're going to do our thing. It's a stream. I mean, I can do whatever I want. But in any case, so what I'm testing here, and I already know that this should be okay. What I wanted to test is, can it pick these out? And is this considered one string? What I did is down here, I broke up a couple of these sections to space it out to see if, it would give me different word counts, right? But what I did is I added in the variations and the primaries. I also repeated the right amount of times coming to a particular density, which was efficient, right? I didn't want to get too high. I wanted to just go above what the SERP was calling for. In any case, what I'm getting at is, I guess, tip one, if we're talking about tips and SEO for this video, I like this list over here for co-occurring words within related and or broad match after putting in a primary keyword in SEMrush, is what I'm getting at. So, I would assume that any data that they're pulling is way more vast than I could run with the script. And I'm not running into any reCAPTCHA or CAPTCHA errors. So I really like that. Let's see if we have any questions for me. So no sound. Well, we took care of the sound, so I'm glad I could do that. It's actually fun watching me squirm. Yes, it is. Loud and clear. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. I hope it sounds good. It was a massive, I said when I first started teaching and teaching people within YouTube and showcasing skill and talent and helping people, I wasn't going to do anything, regardless of any income that I currently already had. I wanted it to be a self-sustaining unit. So once things started picking up, and the channel, and I had enough, I just went and used all of the allocated resources that I made from YouTube and spent the money on YouTube stuff, So I hope that this sounds good is what I'm getting at, because it was a lot. You don't make a lot making videos, which I didn't know. How would I have known? But I guess a lot to some people, but in the grand scheme of things, not really. But enough to be able to get the equipment that I needed. So I'm happy it sounds good. That's the goal. Going down the list here, so all good. When buying domains, here we go. We have a question from A. Pearson. So A. Pearson asks, when buying domains for a PBN, what is more best, or what's the best? Keyword and domain or high DA? Can't find a domain with both. Well, the objective of buying a PBN or buying an expired domain or an auction domain is that you want both, right? But the overall goal is to get the links that you generally couldn't get that are niche related, so you can hurry up the process, right? You could speed up authority mode, as Diggity says, right? I just like that terminology, so I use it, right? But I want to give credit where credit's due. That's where I heard it, So when you hit authority mode, right, it comes faster when you're starting with an expired domain. You're leapfrogging results. So with that being said, there's also an aspect of, the expired domain, or having the actual keyword in the domain is a very powerful signal, regardless of what anybody says. So my answer is, if I had to choose one of them, I'd go for the links, even if it was less relevant. All right. But ideally you want both, but the links are going to be first. All right. Make sure you test the domain before you launch it and or 301 redirect it. If you're going to 301 redirect, make sure you're 301ing each of the individual pages so you do not come into crawl errors. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. All right. Moving down the list here. How do I join your Facebook group? So I just did, I go in there. I try to go in there 3 times a week, answer any questions that I see if people ask questions. Also kick out any, bad content or spam or whatever the case is, and then I try to share something, right? And plus answer the questions. So 3 days a week, sometimes 4. It depends on my work levels. So with that said, if you already applied for it, I just went in and accepted pretty much everybody except for like 3 people. They just look like fake accounts to me, so I just kicked them out. But yeah, you just apply. It's Chris Palmer SEO at Facebook.com or Facebook groups / Chris Palmer SEO, no spaces. All right. And, just apply, and then I'll read your answers. I read them all. Like, I literally read them, see what you want to learn, see why you're there. Do you have any products or services that you want to offer? Or maybe you want to work with me on something. I've had a lot of people have stuff. But if you go in there, there's like nobody selling anything. Reason being is most people want to sell stuff I'm not gonna recommend, unless it has to be something really good for me to say, oh hey, I vetted this and I like it, so. But that's how you do it, buddy. Going down the list here, you like them because they're in Philly. How you doing? Facebook group, 100%. You like them because they're in Philly. I'm not sure what Philly is, but I do like things that come from my, not hometown or home city, but definitely the area that I live. Moving down the list here, laugh out loud. Let's get your gun. Which one? The Nintendo. Going down the list here. Work hard, play hard, spend time with your family, 100%. Or did I mishear that? It's all good for kiddos. I'm not live streaming yet, but when I do, they'll be bolting in. Yeah, I'm sure they do at sometimes. Hey, Chris. My company's competitor dug in the 3-pack. They have secondary GMBs with the top ranking keywords in the name. Any advice on how to beat them? So my company's dug in the 3-pack. My company's competitor is in the 3-pack. Okay, so the competition's in the 3-pack. They have secondary GMBs with the top ranking keywords in the name. Any way to beat them? Well, if we're talking about GMB primarily, and they're outranking you, it's not necessarily a matter of, okay, they have the keywords in there. What it comes down to is how many digital references are there of your brand, business, or service? How are people finding your brand, business, or service? How much search is coming in? How many clicks are coming in? One of the fastest, white hat ways to get that jump that you're looking for is going to be start running traffic. Pay Caesars what Caesars, right? One of the fastest ways to jumpstart ranking is to start paying for ads. If you don't want to utilize that, Google per se, go over to MicroWorkers. There's other ways that you can utilize it. You can go through maybe MicroWorkers. You can go through Facebook. You can run Reddit ads. You can run traffic through press releases. You can run traffic through citations. You can run bot traffic as referral traffic up and through as you're running ad traffic to double up the amount of clicks you're getting onto the property. But if you take a look inside of your insights, I'll walk you through, because this is a live stream. I want to make this so flippin' clear, right? To make it make sense for you, because how Google does this, it makes so much sense. I can't go in there. Here, let me see if I can get in there from here. Yep, Chris Palmer Marketing. All right, so we can use this one. This is perfectly fine. Let's use, oh wait, no. Let's go to, let me just show you something, because these are the things that matter. Like, Google's giving it to you, and not only that, they're listing it as importance first, right? Meaning keywords and how you're being found is first. So 2 things that I would be doing, right? So let's come over here. And here's one key element that you want, all right? I got to answer this. So as you can see, we turned down some testing on my personal account because I've been busy. So we're losing a flood of traffic. Here. So first and foremost is, how are people finding you, right? This is the breakdown of what's most important. So how are they finding me? Now, to get the best indicator of what variations your competition is bringing in, come over to one of your favorite tools, do a competitive analysis, and then the key elements that you're looking for are primary keywords, secondary keywords, locational or geo-modified keywords, and then the one that everybody misses, especially with microworkers, is branded searches, right? That's the biggest takeaway that I can give you. What percentage of their main traffic is coming from a branded search? Once Google sees you as a actual vetted entity, as a business getting and gaining branded searches, your rankings start to increase, especially within maps. So what I'm getting at is this. As you're coming through here, your branded plus keywords, variations, and geo-modified keywords within your GMB. Keywords, traffic is first, as you can see here. I mean, this is literally the blueprint. See, it's very selective. Green is what matters the most, and then you can start sending keyword-centric traffic in, okay? Then next in line is, where did they see you? So where is this traffic generated from? There's two that matter, right? You have your maps and you have search. How are they being found and how are you being seen? So Google's telling you, this is the blueprint, literally. You need to be driving traffic in and by your maps and also through search. And it needs to be split, right? So you need to look at your current percentages, right? So for me, if you were to break this down over a month, right? Let's say there's 320, 162 come from here and 158. What you'll find is most of the time it's going to be a split a little bit more towards the search, right, side of things. And what I'm getting at is when you increase your amount of keywords, right? The traffic that's coming in, here's the blueprint. And then here's the percentage. So when you start increasing, you want to still be matching this percentage of what you're currently getting, just increase the numbers. Okay? I hope this is making sense to you. And then here's what's next. Secondary factors or other factors that play a role. Now, this is what needs to increase, right? You have to get these phone calls. How many people are asking for directions and how many people are clicking over to the site? These numbers need to increase. Again, this is literally the blueprint. Directional requests, and then if you look at this area, they're going to go ahead and put this outside of here. So here's where you need to work out from first. And also, here's where, this is showing me the area of where we're getting calls, but break down your area, do 5 or 10 miles, and then set up your unverified pins, and then also start getting calls from there, and then start mixing in keyword traffic from there. People are asking for directions from, let's say if you're doing me or where I am, Delano is asking for directions. Delano wants to get, you see what I'm saying? We're going to start moving out. Phone calls are, how many people are looking at views? I think that down here is more of a secondary, but this is literally the blueprint to increased rankings, and it all is derived around user signals, all of it. But it all starts with keywords, how you're being found, how you're being viewed, and what's the engagement level. This is how you're going to outrank them. So there's the best answer I can give you. All right. So hopefully that helps you. The fastest, easiest way is to pay for traffic to a dedicated page and then direct a percentage of that traffic exactly where you want it to go, how you want it to go. So if I'm paying for traffic, whether it's Reddit traffic, whether it's Facebook traffic, whether it's Google traffic, I'm directing them to a page. Now you can send some traffic to this landing page, some traffic to this landing page. But when they get there, you want to be able to control them. Now a percentage of whoever comes is going to do what you want. But that percentage, let's say I send 20 to this page, they're going to be directed to make a phone call. These people are going to be directed to my maps listing. These people are going to be directed to the website. I hope this is making sense. You can manipulate this organically or white hat by paying for traffic, or you can do it the other way. You can do micro workers. You can set up your own emulation networks. You can buy multiple phones. You can do it any way you want, but here is the blueprint of what matters, starting with the most important things, working its way down. It's right here. So I hope that helps you out, my friend. That was fun. I get that a lot. And as I work, if I break down for the very select clients, of course, now as I'm moving on, and I think that it's just the level of client now that's coming. More of I'm picking up more and more, smaller agencies that want help with certain very particular things. Guidance on very select problems is what it's been coming to, but I do get particular clients that need help with certain things, and it's really breaking down the process and ways and strategies that we can walk through together to get them to the finish line. Just like you just asked how I broke that down, I do that all the time. So glad I can help you with that. Moving down the list here. Long-time listener, love your stuff. Quick question. What do you do for keyword density and keyword count in related semantic terms for a keyword that has no other post and only Quora in the SERPs? Well, the first thing is I would go and grab that Quora result. I'd go and respond, and I'd go make variations of that question within Quora. Why? Because Google's already making favor. Alongside of that, as I'm answering the questions, I'd either quote it, I'd either picture it, I'd either iframe it, and I'd make another post that's related to that same topic and make sure that that content that I put on the Quora is also on a page that I created and I control. So those are the two first steps, and I've ran into this before when I was trying to, I think it was for, I can't think off the top of my head, but I ran into the same issue. And a lot of the stuff was all the same, but that was one of the first steps that I did. Alongside of that, you can always come up with variations, add an S, take away letters. If it's a 3-part word, you can add multiples of one word, right? Hopefully that makes sense to you. But that's what I would do. Especially if they're not showing any other relevant results, I'd create a page that's highly relevant. You can set the SERP then. So that's what I would do, but I would definitely go in there and answer what's already there, and I would make my own question that's super related to what's already there, and then I'd make that correlation for Google, or even a same as, I'd do it within the schema, I'd iframe it. I would definitely make that connection for Google, make it easy for them. So hopefully that helps you out. I would like to apply for official Chris Palmer Facebook moderator. I am looking, I do have another gentleman in mind, but they seem to back off a little bit, but I do need somebody that, as long as you don't promote your stuff, because I'm a firm believer in marketing, not sales, right? But if you're moderating, obviously, we might be able to work something out. As long as you, Drew, if you were serious about that, we could definitely have a call. Give me a call. As long as you believe in that philosophy like I do, make it blatantly obvious. If you do want to sell stuff, the objective isn't sales. It's more of a marketing. Most of the people that asked me, they just wanted to have access, and I was like, nah. But I'm not saying that that's you. I'm just saying, as long as we meet on that philosophy, then I think maybe we could work together, Drew. Trust me, if people are interested in what you have, if you do want to sell something, they will definitely find you. There's no doubt about it. Reach out to me. I'll be up early tomorrow from 7 to 8. I have a call. I'll be up early if you want to talk tomorrow morning. EST. 8:30 a.m., 9 a.m., 9:30, 10, give me a call or Facebook me anytime in the morning. Perfectly fine. I'd love to talk with you, see your goals, see what you're doing, see what's up. SEM Rush is in Philadelphia. Really? I didn't know that. I had no idea. That's interesting. I'm now was padding for a few days. Thank you for the ad. Yeah, Again, it was probably, about 3 days since I was in there. So I could see that if it's been like 3 days or 2 days, maybe even 4 days, that's usually my cycle. That's one of the first things that I want to do. I want somebody that's semi-knowledgeable with SEO. I've been running through virtual assistants, people that can, I'll give them the keyword list, but I need them to go order the content, stay up and current with the content provider, post it, answer the emails, make sure I get in contact with my calendar people, take care of the YouTube messages, and take care of the emails, right? And then, so I can focus on my clients, I can focus on, new prospects, things along that lines, but the day-to-day stuff for multiple sites, plus as I'm scaling up guest post sites, I need somebody to be able to upload that content. It takes so much time. And we're about to do that for one of the sites now. But I want to set up an affiliate PBN, not a PBN, but an affiliate guest post network, which we already tested with 10 sites and they're up, but it's a lot of work, So yeah, how do I get to number one? Dr. Strange, that's a rough question. Try to be a little bit more specific and I'll be happy to answer that for you. I think I've asked you before this one, are you going to do CTR as a service gig rather than training course or small business like mine? Yeah. So this is, I get that a lot with anything that I teach, right? Whether it's indexing, whether it's, entity stacks, whether it's CTR or anything, right? Hey, Chris, can you just do it for me? I did have somebody that had me set up a network and I just threw out a number, right? I gave them the I'm not willing to do it number and they said yes, right? So I'm not willing to set them up or do it for people unless they're willing to pay that I don't really want to do it price. I'd much rather, hey, here's how you do it step by step. You can implement it and you can do it because I don't want 100 bosses, right? I got away from all the client stuff because you have so many bosses, in my opinion, especially at the level that I was, when it's you, two of your best friends really are your partners. Your friends are your partners. We're together. We're taking the calls. I'm dealing with the people. I'm more friendly than them, so I'm the one taking the calls. It just becomes too much. I'd much rather, if you want to learn how to do something, here's what it is. Here's what it does. If you want to learn it, I'd rather do the training. That's just me. But that's that. So Clint says, hey, Clint, how are you, buddy? When you're driving your own traffic, do you notice drops after you stop the traffic? Not right away and not always. But yes, most of the time, absolutely. Now, it depends on the SERP. I know we don't like that terminology, but it absolutely depends upon the SERP. If you're driving traffic in a competitive niche and you are able to, make it to the first page or make it to a higher position, generally, if it's in a high competition niche, yes, you're going to notice a drop. Maybe not as significant or right back to where it was, but you will see a drop. Low competition, generally, hey, if you could get up there, in the second position, third position, even first position, you're going to retain that if it's lower competition. So high competition, you notice drops almost every time. Low competition, not as much and is not as far down, right? So whatever the pop is. Also, I think that timing, if you're driving your own traffic, I feel that timing is everything. I'm sure I know that you run testing. So I'm sure you've seen if you can, and also I feel that your overall authority of the domain or the page that you're launching, right? So if you already have an age domain and you're sending traffic within, as soon as you launch that page, you start sending in the right signals, those pages retain power. And I'm sure you've noticed this. So hopefully that helps you. Is it okay to outline a blog post with only, is it okay to outline a blog post with only related questions from the bottom of Google page and also ask to make the blog post the most relevant as possible. So can I outline a blog post with only related questions from the bottom of Google page and also ask to make the blog post the most relevant as possible? Well, those questions down at the bottom, let's say it's related. I was talking with somebody, and then we had a small talk again, right? And I have been playing with this quite frequently, but I really like the idea and the concept. And as I've been playing with it, I really like it. But instead of, filling it in with only those as the questions, I think maybe, you have your primary keyword, H1, and title, first 100 words. Then one of those down at the bottom that is the highest relevance would be the very first subheading or H2 tag. All right. As far as questions are concerned, I think that questions that have already been asked but not answered to the degree that you're going to answer on your page is a lot better, and they seem to actually pop for the enhancement. So to answer your question, yes, I would add those on the page. Not every single one of them. I'd pick one. I'd make it my subheading, and then I would already look and see what's showcasing, what type of questions, and how are they being asked, what keywords are inside of them. And then how can you make that a unique answer within your page? I think you'll find better success that way. So hopefully that helps you out. Drew says Clint's clowning around. Yeah, I thought he was being serious. Clint's clowning me. Thank you. Nah, he already blocked my other channel from chat for doing that. Yeah, that's a legit question. And Clint, I think we're on the even keel. I hope. Great advice. Thank you so much. I'm the best. Okay, Enzo, thank you. I'm glad I could help you. Drew says, if you have a great product, you don't have to sell. Most of the time, that's right. Yeah, I have to agree with that. That's almost that. I think it's one of those age-old, debates, I guess, because I hear some people say, sales is more powerful. Marketing is more powerful. I don't know. I'm in the camp of marketing being the be all and end all, right? I think I think there is a time for sales, but marketing, why should you have to sell? They need to already want it, right? It just seems to be a much more effective way of sales, right? All the questions and or doubts should already have been answered, in my opinion. So they're already there, ready. So, is there a way I can act as an agency to help local businesses and get rankings or calls or leads while I'm paying somebody else like me, but pay me $400? Well, not me per se, right? I think you're somewhere in the ballpark, but if that number was doubled, maybe we could work something out. But aside from that, is there a way that you can act as an agency? And yeah, white label services are generally a great way of sales. What I prefer is this, right? Let's say I'm good friends with a particular guy that has an agency, right? Or two. And generally, depending on the client, you'll kick back the sales. So instead of, managing everybody, managing all of the products, managing the link building, citation building, content creation, and then managing the content, managing the outreach, managing the links, right? There's like little teams that you need all within. Instead of that, I'd rather already have the infrastructure set up, and then my main focus is driving customers and then get the percentage. So I would just switch that. I'd be looking to drive sales to, drive sales or drive customers to somebody else that already has infrastructure. And then if you have a select skill or something that you're very good at, whether it's speed or schema or maybe press releases or citations, or maybe you do something very well, then obviously that could be one piece that you do. But if you're just brand new and you want to get sales and start taking on projects, it's a lot harder than you think. Like, or do it at a very small scale, and I call it cracking your head, right? Like, practice a lot. Like, I had a small luxury when I first started out. I did all of my, I'm not scared to say it, like, I did a lot of work on Fiverr. If you check some of the old accounts that I had, hundreds and hundreds of sales. Really, that was me practicing on sites and getting paid for it. So, not everybody has that luxury to be able to learn, so what I'm getting at is, if you're brand new, I wouldn't jump right into it. And aside from that, if you're still learning, really iron out your process before you intake someone else's capital and start implementing on their business, because you don't want those calls, right? So hopefully that helps you out. Moving down the list, Otzervit, I think. How easy is it to rank for local SEO pages if my business is not based in that location? No Google My Business listing, like ranking for SEO in New York if I live in Iceland or something. I don't feel that you're going to run into too many issues. There's a lot of people that don't operate their businesses that the towns that they're in, right? I think that it can certainly be done. As far as on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7. If we're talking about in maps. But I would give anything that's medium competition about a 7, 6.5, 7. So if we're on a scale from 1 to 10, as far as, how hard is it or difficult, it's a 6.5 out of 10. It can be done. You can certainly do it. But I would start getting a verified listing, validate the entity, get a website, put it in that location, set up all of your social profiles with that location. It makes it so much easier. Go and get a Gmail account. That's the first thing I would. G Suite. Sign it up under a persona or a name or a virtual credit card and a name with that address. When you go get the website, sign up that G Suite, right, with that web client. As soon as that web client's there, it'll validate the website, and it makes the verification for the GMB that much easier. Trust me, just go through that whole process. Start like you're a normal person at a new business from the very beginning. Go get the email, get the validation, right? And then just go through the process. Trust me, when you get to that part, it'll be a lot easier. Hopefully that wasn't saying too much, but hopefully that gets you on the right track. All right. Wow. All right. I went through the list here. I think we did it here. All right. So let's go over here. Let's take a look at this. I haven't been in here in a little bit. But we got some of the content back. I did a video. Here's the thing I was working on. I named it. Let me see here. Let me see if we can do this here. I'm trying to think where it is. Is it in here? Yeah. All right. So I think I put them all in here. All right. All righty. All right. So let's get inside of here. And then again, if you have any questions as we get through here, feel free to go ahead and answer. Oh, and I had somebody ask me, right? So if you're in the Facebook group, I gave everybody a sampler of whatever tool they wanted, right? And everybody wanted 2 tools in particular, one of them being Link Whisper, right? So I don't utilize it just because I don't play with it, but I did go in there and null it for everybody, right? So people, if you're watching and you see this and you've been asking me, because I've been asked so much, and this reminds me over here that I have to update these, and it's because I have to redo the versions. When you're inside of here, right, if you go over here to Facebook, right, if you're within the group here, I'll show you this really fast here. So if you come over here, all right, let me show you this. So I wrote it right inside of here, right? So if you look inside of here, I gave it to you guys, right? See right here? So replace the Link Whisper Premium / Core WPIL license PHP. So when you upload the actual, when you go in and you get the free version, right? You're going to download the plugin and it'll be in there. Go into your cPanel, go into your files, go into your plugins, right? And then look at the Link Whisper and look inside of there and look for this particular license PHP. And then the files that I gave you that are within here, take that file, erase the one that's in there, and replace it with the file that I gave you. Once you've done that, look at the files, right? And if you take a look in there, you'll see exactly what I changed in order for you to get it. And you'll see it right away. It's very simple. It's a string. It's a number. And the date. So all you have to do is change the date, you have to change the number, and you have to change the string. You have to re-add it, but it's the update version with the date, and then re-add the number every time there's a new update, and then it'll give it to you. All right. So for those that asked me about that, go get the free one, look at the files, find this file that's within here, right? I gave it to you. I wrote it out for everybody. Core WPIL license PHP. Erase that one. Put in the one that I gave you. That's the one that's the trial version of Pro. And, have fun with it. Enjoy it. And then when it updates, think about maybe purchasing it. I know it's a pretty fun tool. I played with it a little bit. But there you go. All right, so we're going to go over here. We're going to take a look at these posts. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask what we were doing inside of here. And please bear with me. I don't necessarily care for, I don't care for Elementor at all. I don't care for it at all. Wait, why is there an... Okay, I'm going to have to change that. I'm glad I just saw that because that shouldn't be there. All right. So let's go back over here. So what we were doing here is we're uploading this content. Okay, so within here, let's pop this open. Okay. And then what I'm looking for is, I think that I had a widget or something. I'm trying to think. What did I add? I think it was in the widget. I can't remember what I added. Is it this one? Oh, that's what I want. What I want to do is within Here, let's get rid of this. Within AdSense, if anybody knows, because I usually put the little bar, but what I want is I want a scrolling bar, right? And I want it to stay at the bottom, and I want it to follow. So I was thinking about maybe finding a site. So what I'm getting at is this. Here's what I want. This is probably I want, like, so the main content's here. I have my sidebars are over here, and then my content's here, right? And then I want a bar that is here, and this is AdSense, okay? But when you first log on to the page, like, here's our header up here, right? So if we're looking at this, when I land on the actual page, the bar is actually here where this is. So as I scroll, the bar's there the whole time, and I want it to, like, stay with me, or I want it to stay down here at the bottom so it's visible the entire time. Instead of embedding it into each page, I want it to be stationary on every page, and I want it to be the same format. So when I make as part of the template, you know. So that's what I'm looking for. So is that what they call them? Sticky ads? Okay, sticky ads. So that's what I want. I want sticky ads. Let's get started with this. Again, if you have any questions, I like those. I like how those are the best. No, I don't want sticky. I want them to scroll, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we'll play with that a little bit later. Because I want to go looking for that. I wanted to scroll with it. I don't know if I need to do that within CSS or what. But we'll play with that. So let's get back over here. All right, so I think we should be okay for this one. All right, so let's get over here. Advanced attributes, advanced content. I think that should be okay. I don't see why that wouldn't be okay. Here, let's save draft. I like this a lot. I really want to add that in though. Maybe somebody answered me. Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I agree. Being a good steward towards businesses and our profession, I definitely agree on that. Yeah, it's not you know, I've done it on small scale projects from Fiverr, even Upwork, definitely through Black Hat World. Multiple names, different accounts as you rise through the ranks of work, I guess. I've done it. You know, sometimes things would work, sometimes things wouldn't. But that's where I definitely came. I mean, I feel if you hit a point where you just don't know, I think it's a lot easier just not to know. or call it. What I like to do is maybe phone a friend. So yeah, I think that that's definitely a good way to do things. Coming down the list, Ozervitz. Oh wait, is this a question? Do you link to informational post? Okay. Hello again. We went to that one. What's the fastest way to increase domain authority? Should I rank for as many low keyword difficulty words as possible? So if we're talking about actual authority, not as in a Moz metric, right? But really, we're looking kind of at the same thing. So if we want to increase our actual authority of our domain, then that comes from three things, right? One is age. How long has the age of the site been going on, right? The next thing, the one out of the three, is how big is the site? How many pages? How many keywords? How much traffic? How big is it, right? And of course, it should have been number one, but another way is going to be links. So to answer your question, yes, you've touched on one piece. How do I increase my authority of my site? One of them is, yes, building out more content, building more pages, getting more traffic, right? As you get more traffic, Google tests you for more keywords, you build more pages, the site ages, the site brings in more people, the site gets more traffic, you build out your pages, you build out your links, you build your authority. So, yes to those three things right there. That's how you are going to build your DA or overall authority of your domain. Moving down the list. So I heard Chase Rayner say that he quit SEO because his clients dropped him when he got them to 1 on Google. Is this something that usually happens? I think that there is a turnover rate. I do feel that if you're only offering or implementing one thing and they're only there for one piece and you have nothing else to offer, then the chances are at the end of a customer cycle, then you're probably going to get dropped because your services are no longer needed. Now, however, that's why having skill sets in place to where they're more reliant upon your services as an overall agency or as an overall professional, I think that that's where you get the longevity of a client, right? Are you running campaigns? Are you doing social? Are you doing on-page? Are you doing off-page? Are you building links? Are you managing and operating other services? Also, the customers that you're intaking play a part on this. Do they only have one location? Are they brand new? Are they planning on expanding? What's their plans for growth? These are things to take into consideration when you're setting up your business plan. I mean, obviously, in the early beginnings, you're going to be taking whomever. But as you grow and your skill set grows, the longevity of a client's going to last. Plus, you'll be able to retain them a lot longer because you're offering more services. So the answer is yes, but also no. So yeah, if you're just doing SEO and their objective is to rank for a couple keywords, this can happen. But you should already have other clients in the pipeline. So, and increase your selection of services, increase your skill sets, basically. So hopefully that helps you out. So, hey, Chris, best way to get out of Google's sandbox? Time, my friend. Time and build links. But time is the remedy, my friend. I wouldn't be looking at that as a whole, right? Because if you're following the process, right, you're pinpointing your technical aspects of your pages, right? And there's a lot of shortcuts. I take a ton of shortcuts. I mean, depending on your budget will determine the amount of shortcuts and how you're implementing things. But if you're following a process, right, technical, on page, moving in the off page, whether it's local, you're doing citations or press releases, whatever you're doing, setting up social aspects, sending tiered links, I feel that as you're moving through your process, enough time has been allocated in order to push through the sandbox period. You see, so I hope that helps you. That is a SEO golf joke. Best way to get out of the sandbox, use a sandwich. Steve, good to see you. I'm not into golf, but I will say this. We sell quite a bit of products online, and golf is definitely a pretty good seller. Well, what I really like, I guess I don't want to divulge the niche, but it has to do with motorcycles. I like motorcycle stuff. We do very well with motorcycle stuff. I have another affiliate that's not just for fun like this, where we do pretty well with it. So, yeah. In any case, going down the list here, can we copy the site to Divi? I could bust a sticky CTA in a couple of minutes. Sticky call to action. Well, I'm gonna work on it. No, but I appreciate it. I was wondering if maybe there was a simple solution. I'll probably just go in and create one. I'm 1,000% sure I can get it done, get her done. So I appreciate it, but I want to learn it. I want to know it, and I'm pretty sure I already know what to do. I just want to look at it. But no problem on that. Kevin says, not sure if you're looking for Elementor header and footer blocks. That's a separate Elementor plugin add-on. Okay. That could perhaps be. Is that okay? I mean, I could go get whatever I need. And even if I don't have it, I'll get it. It might take me a minute, but I'll go get it. But thank you. So the Elementor blocks and then a sticky. Yeah, as long as it follows it. I saw a lot of sites, a couple of affiliate sites. Let me see. No. I was looking at a juice site that was doing it, right? And I was looking at this juice site because of the way they were overlaying CSS objects and just the way they were doing things. I was really interested in it. But anyway, as I was scrolling, I noticed that it was following, and I was thinking to myself, man, I really like this. I like how this is set up. But here, I want to showcase this. So I got some content from a gentleman. Not a gentleman, but it was from a person. So if we come over here, I was testing this. This is absolutely horrendous. Here, I want to show you. I want to show everybody this. So when I first started this project, the goal was to just go to random people and buy stuff, right? And see, look for some providers. One of the things that I was doing was testing out some of the cheaper providers from within Black Hat World. Reason being is it's probably my number one, it's one of the forums that I go to the most, right? So in any case, if we come inside of here, here, let's see if I can get right into it. I want to show you this guy, and then I want to show you how long it took. So if we come over here into content and copywriting, we scroll down the list here. I want to showcase this. Where is it? I think it was this one, but it was a crazy price like this, $2 per 500. Let me see here. I've used this guy before, Fox. He's all right. I've used Social Sparrow before. He's okay. I mean, these are content mills. I've used them for generally tier 2 properties. you know, very poor quality PBN sites that we set up and we were selling links off of on, on here. Man, you know what? I don't see him on here anymore. So that's interesting. I wonder if he got... Oh, nope, here he is. This guy right here. So, and this is funny because within another platform that I'm in, I've seen this same logo, and I wonder if it's the same guy. I was actually... But anyway, so if you go within here, you'll see that when I ordered, I think it was on page 6, I just want to showcase this. This is the kind of stuff that I was running into. But he's getting a lot. He was getting quite a bit of orders, you know, starting in September, and then now what is it, December? He already has 8 pages of sales. But here, let's take a look at this. So here's what we did here on this date. I said I can't wait to see this content for this amazing price, right? Checking in on order placed on the 5th. So I ordered it on the 5th, right? And I believe that this was the 5th of October, okay? And then it took him until December the 2nd. So it was like 30 days for 20,000 words is what I ordered. But here's the pricing. $5 per 1,000 words. And then let me showcase what we got back. All right. So now that I showed you that, it took like a month and some change to get the content. And then if you come inside of here, here it is. Whoop. I think I combined them. We don't want that. I think it was just these. Let me just double check. Yeah, computer glasses on Amazon, Echo Connect, Google Home Mini, Amazon. So this is what we got back. Very interesting, to say the least. So let's just go inside of here and let's take a look at one of these. All right, so here we go. And I think if I remember correctly, I think I brought it all over here. So if we go to our drive, let's get inside of here. Here's one of the networks I set up. I could show you some of those links just to give you an idea. I'm wondering where I put it. Did I put it in private? Training? Collabs. Man, I hope... Oh, I just set it in here. Okay, so here they are. So Xbox Play DVDs, can you connect? So let's take a look at these. So here's the quality that we got back for $5 on the 1,000. Now, obviously, some of them we didn't ask for 1,000, but if you take a look here, I mean, it's not that bad. So AirPods are a solid wireless headphone solution that's good for both audio and connecting with others using affixed microphones, yada yada, so on and so forth. So the objective here, though, is we actually ordered, I was going to order 100, but I'm still waiting for some to come back, 200 articles, all right? Ideally, I wanted to launch them all at once, but, you know, it doesn't always work that way. So what I really wanted to do is I wanted to order a bunch of low quality or cheap content, and then I wanted to buy like 4 or 5 articles where you're going to pay top dollar, like $5 or $6 per 100 words, right? This type of content is anywhere between 50 cents to $1 per 100 words. So a relatively large difference when we're talking about articles that are anywhere between, 750 words I have articles that I purchased that were, 4,330 words, very precise numbers, because I was looking for certain levels of content, right? So these are some of them. So what we want to do, save the draft. Can Xbox One play DVDs? So we're going to go back over here. Let's get back in here. And now that I'm in my drive, I guess we could get rid of these, but I wanted to showcase that for anybody that was curious. So we'll go back in here. We'll go to all posts. All right, today is December 19th, and we'll update this. Let's bring this back over here. And we will make it this, and quick edit. Actually, we'll do this. We'll just published. All right. So that's that one. Okay, let's go back over here. We'll answer some questions. We'll get rid of some of these. All right, let's take a look at these. All right, can we copy the site to Divi? Okay, not sure if you are looking for Elementor. Yeah, I'm gonna double check on some of that stuff. I'm looking for something very particular. I think that maybe you're onto the right track. But yeah, and I want to set up a couple things too on the high traffic pages. I want to set up some pop unders to drive traffic to the homepage for a big keyword. Also, I did some testing on tech tips, so I want to see something. No, okay. So yeah, let me take a look here. Anybody have any questions? It's free. Thanks, Chris. Okay. Most local small businesses in my country don't do any SEO at all. How easy will it be for me to rank #1 on Google for their location and industry? Well, again, if you've already analyzed the competition and you're looking at low authority domains, I do feel that with a domain that maybe has some power coming to it, at least some links to the pages that matter, and a well-optimized page, I think the faster you can launch those pages, the better off you'll be. So yeah, I don't see, just launch the pages, and then play with it. What's great about on pages, you can get some movement, you can see some action pretty quick. You could play with things, run it through Surfer, run it through Page Optimizer, get your optimization levels on, and then launch a page and just play with it and just see what happens, But I think you'll run into good results. What's the worst that can happen? You don't rank, So just try stuff out. It's super fun. That's what I would do, but focus on a template that's utilized pretty well, and then map out, 20 or 50 locations, and then launch all the pages, and then, see where you land, and then go back in and re-optimize. And then as you start to realize which ones are ranking and Google's favoring, then send in links to those pages, So that's what I would do. I'd go for it, man. Go for it. Definitely go for it. All right, so let's come back over here. All right, so let's edit. Can you connect AirPods to Xbox One? I don't know. Let's go in here and take a look. All right, so after playing with these a little bit, I realized, here, so let's get rid of these. All right, let's open this up again. If you have any questions, feel free, go ahead and ask. I'd be happy to answer them. All right, so let's come in here. We'll go to posts, all posts. I got to take this off. All right, take this. All right, so we have that up and running. Let's come back over here. Let's add this, we'll add this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add, man, I hate that you can't just do that. I hope we don't run into this crap again. Here, get rid of this. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So let's go inside of here. Where's that stupid button at? I hate this stupid thing. I want to be able, okay. I want to do it all at once. Okay, there we go. As you can see, I do not use Elementor. I highly disapprove Elementor. But when I got this site, it was already set up. So, you know, after playing with this, we realized that you can come in here and mess with these. So that's what we did. So AirPods. Make that an H2. All right, is this a list? Okay. I dislike having to do this, but what are we gonna do, right? All right, so we have these inside of here. All right. Okay, now we're gonna make these 5s. 1, 2, and then we'll come over here. Is 3, 4, and number 5. Okay, H5. Wait a minute, is this not letting me change it? Oh, I hate this tool so much. It won't let me change it. Why won't it let me change it within the editor? That's what I want to know. Why won't it let me change it all within here? Why do I have to split it up? This is what I'm talking about. Why do I have to literally come in here and push these buttons? Like, what? Why does that make sense to whoever created this? Or am I missing something? Which could be. You know, that could definitely be. All I want to do is I want to copy and paste the entire text. I want to make my headings. Like, why do I need to come in here and do each and every one? Again, this is my, what, third time that we've done this, used Elementor. But why can't, you know, is there a faster way within Elementor to come inside of here, and I copied and I pasted my content right within the page. I want to add my heading tags. Do I need to split this up, or why can't I just come in here? Why can't I highlight this? I get my box right here. We have our box here. Let's say it's this one, and I click and make it heading 2. Why can't I change this? Am I missing something here? Why? That's what I'm not grasping. Like, why are these all H1s? Why can't I just change it? So let's come over here and let's see what anybody has to say. Chris, I can't remember if it was you, but do you recommend using emojis in a GMB title? If so, where's the best place to find the right emojis? So that's actually a fun question, because I tested this. All right. So here's the answer. Can you do it? Yes. All right. I did it to see if it would increase the click-through rate, and the answer is it did slightly. However, I have done it within other projects, and I ran into trouble with re-verification. All right, especially changing the name of the business. Okay, so it's more of a risk versus reward. Do I think that it's something that, you know, I don't feel that it's definitely something that needs to be done. All right, so I might skip on that, but you can do it. And then as far as where did I go, like, say here's mine, Chris Palmer Marketing, right? So I added it in on mine, and I got a slight increase within a local SERP. See, I added it here. Now, where did I get this from? All I did was this. So copy, paste, Microsoft Emojis. So if you come over here, and I actually went to this one right here, copy, paste. This is exactly where I got it from. So I just went inside of here, and I grabbed the hand, which I think is this one. And as you can see here, it's the same one. See? So that's my recommendation. That's what I did. That's how I did it on other accounts. That's how you do it. Do I think that it's going to be beneficial to running risk on an account unless you have no problem verifying or whatnot? Then, you know, go for it. But it didn't show enough benefit for me to highly recommend it, but it can be done, and I've done it multiple times. You know, because the first time I did it, I was like, maybe it's just because it's mine, you know. I live in a very, you know, small little town. I live in a town called Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? So, yeah. The small little businesses that I've worked with that are around here, if you search for SEO in Tamaqua, you know, there's like 10 businesses here, and I've worked with 3 of them. So, you know, it wasn't that beneficial for me, but it might be better for you. So hopefully that helps you out, my friend. All right. Instead of use the single post template and edit that, instead use the single post template and edit that. I think it's better to not edit the page like that. When you copy paste Elementor, it always bugs. Yeah, and Ozer Vit, so there isn't a way just to copy paste it into the content, which this is a visual editor, right? Maybe I could be completely wrong, but if this is my editor, you know, I come to this page and I want to visually edit. Now I can come into here and add it, which I don't like this because I don't see my heading tags. You know, I don't like that either. This is bold. Okay. So I made that an H1. Yeah, I don't get it. But who am I? All right, so you literally have to come in here and each one. That is so stupid. That is just so stupid. I can't even fathom. Oh my gosh. I just can't even grasp the level of stupidity here. You know, I mean, maybe it's just me. Can I do it over here? Is this what you mean by the visual? Is this the editor? Is this the template editor? Is this what you're talking about? Let me see here. Yeah, man, oh man, Elementor is horrible. And then I see all the top people promoting it. So when, I'm not going to lie to you, right? I see, you know, somebody that I don't want to say look up to, but hey, they're in the space. I see their stuff. I like their podcast. That's all I'll say. And I see them pumping it all the time, you know, talking about it. And then, so when I found this site for a cheap price, and it had Elementor, I was like, I've never used it before. But they say it's good. They use it. It must be good, right? So, you know, I went for it. Now, I've used Thrive. I've used Oxygen. I've used Divi. I've used them all, right? Now, Elementor, I'm not saying it's not usable or it's, you know, the worst I've ever, you know, it's one of the worst that I've ever used. You know, I liked WP Bakery better. I liked, you know, Baker or whatever the heck it's called. You know what? You know, Beaver Builder was easier, right? Not easier, but you know what I mean. Like, it made more sense to me. And that was pretty rough. Beaver Builder was pretty rough. All right, so let's go up here. Just so I can keep how to connect AirPods to the app. So what we'll do is we'll go in here and we'll make this the H2. All right. We'll scroll down. I want to make sure that this is paragraph text. Paragraph text. So match up. Okay. AirPods. So this, I want to make sure that this is a I want to make that a numbered list. All right, so that's my step-by-step numbered list. This is going to be my heading 2. So this makes it a lot easier. Actually, I'm starting to, now that I realize that I can do it over here instead of inside of here, right? Instead of doing it here, what I don't grasp is this then. So why don't I make, now this is starting to make a little bit more sense, right? So this is kind of cool. But why do I need this here then? Right? Like, why is this even here? If it doesn't even matter. because I'm doing everything right here, which this is kind of cool over here, right? I could, you know, I could deal with this. So I guess maybe it's just me. It just took a second to realize. So we have the H2. We have the H2, and then this is the paragraph, okay. All right, so that's cool. Heading 3. And then these are 4s. Alrighty. So these are going to be our heading 4s. So this actually isn't from the $5 per 1,000 word guide. This is actually from my guy. Well, one of the ones that I use. So that's why it's already got pretty much what I needed. Like it's already listing what I needed, you know, like meaning like he picks out, it's actually a lady, she picks out whatever, like if you search for this particular brand, she just goes up to the top, whatever in Google that's been recently searched, that's what she adds. Because I told her flat out, like, I don't even link to the actual product, I pretend like I'm linking to the product, but really I just link over to Amazon, right? Because the objective here is primarily informational driven, and I want to get them to the page, right? I'll link to the AirPods page where it'll list all their best sellers, because I don't really care what they buy. They can buy whatever they want, right? Most people are going to pitch the most expensive. I just want to get them over and click onto Amazon. For other pages, we're going to utilize I consider this a hybrid model, or whatever you want to call it. I call it a hybrid. You could call it whatever you want, but it's an AdSense private affiliate / Amazon, only because Amazon's super easy, but we'll also flood with, you know, other stuff as well. So within here, what we want to do is we want to come over here, and let me get inside of here. We will I want to edit with Elementor. I just want to take a look at something. What I need is my affiliate, because I totally forget what it is. No, I don't have it written down. I have other stuff. This is just like a fun project for me. So if you take a look at this right here, this is a guy that I'm working with. All right. So this isn't the page I'm looking for. All right, so let's go over here to Amazon. Actually, let's see if we made any sales, right? I have to think to myself, what account? I have to think to myself. I don't want to pull up. See, I have I have a file where I keep my stuff, and I don't want to pull it up because it lists everything, right? All the sites, all the logins, all the passwords, like everything. So I have to think. I think that I just signed it up under this email here, under Christopher Seth. Well, let's try that. All right, so let's see if we can get inside of our Seller Central account. And we'll see if we made any sales, because I haven't checked it. I have no idea for this account. I have zero idea. I have a Harley account where we're doing pretty good on. But that's attached to my daughter's mom's name. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Associate Central. That's the name of it. All right. So let's sign in. Let's go see if we have it here. All right. So I think it's under this account. And so, and that's what I, not that, like, I'm not like Craig. I haven't done like hundreds of sites or anything. This is probably, if we take aside from bounty sites, right? I've done one-pagers, technically 3-page bounty sites. I've done tons of them. One product, one thing, one gift card, one hosting plan. I've done dozens of those sites. As far as multiple products, doing affiliate, like on a larger level, this is probably only my 4th attempt, at it, right? I've had one success that I still run and operate aside from this. So that wasn't bounty. The bounty stuff I figured out when they started making a shift. When certain things stopped working, that's when I shifted models over to affiliate to where I could do more offers, right? When I lost my HostGator network, because I was pumping HostGator, A2 hosting, a whole bunch of them. And when I got wiped out of all my one-pagers and I got wiped out, that's when I switched models over. I was like, okay, I want to do more than just one item. Because when that hit me, I made a video on it. One of my G sites that I had up for HostGator was doing $200 a day. And that might not be a lot to some people, but for me, when that was one of my properties, and really I showed one, but we had 4 of them get swiped all at once that were all clicking, that hurt my, my life. When you're making a couple $100 a day, that's, split between me and Eric, but nonetheless, it hurt. So when that happened, though, I switched programs, basically. Crap. I'm trying to think to myself. Boy, I can't remember what it is. Here, we'll go over here and we'll see. Because I totally forget it. I don't remember for this account. I can tell you that much. Because I set this up just for this particular site. Because I was going to be public with it, for one. And you never know. This is my spam box, so who knows what's in here. Let's bring it over here. We're going to go ahead and sign in, and we'll see what we made, if anything. Oh, they're going to freaking call me? Oh, sheesh. Give me 1 second. I got my... These guys are ruthless. Right? All right, so... here's the code. Are we ready? It's 306496. All right? Any questions while we're logging in? And that's my number. If anybody, if you need help with anything, give me a call. It's 570-810-1080. I prefer you send me a text message, right? Send me a text. Say, hey, this is so-and-so from here. I need help with this. Give me a call, right? I'll answer you. You know, if you just say hi or something like that, I get those so much. Like come on. You know, but here, let's see. Anybody have any questions? Cool, thank you. You're adding it all in one block. Well, I mean, I busted it up. I mean, it's sectioned off. We have headers. It's sectioned off. I don't see... Why, is that a problem with Elementor? I can't add it like this and then edit it over here. I sectioned it with... I sectioned it all off. What is there? Is there a problem with doing it this way with Elementor? You know, these are headers. This is paragraph text. This is a header. This is paragraph text. Header, paragraph text. I don't know why that... If that's wrong, please enlighten me. Because, again, I'm new to using Elementor. I thought that maybe I was doing this correct. I mean, let's take a look at the text. Heading, span style. H2. And then we have the style tags. I mean, it looks okay to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me know, though, if that's an issue for this. But I'm going to launch this, and we'll see. Because it looks okay to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Most of these articles, except for, you know, probably a few, are above the count, you know, of what was called for. As far as the SERP, like, I had her go above and beyond what I needed to compete for this particular SERP. Like, can you connect AirPods to Xbox? This is probably, you know, a 1,400 word article. Like, it's probably, you know, overkill, to be honest with you. So here, let's get out of here. And we'll come in here. And then if we take a look here for this particular account, it looks like, what, $5 for this particular account? And I haven't added anything. I know that. The only thing I changed was some schema. And the optimizations for some Xbox pages. Only because my interest was getting view counts up. I think we did, like, I don't know, $60 on AdSense or $40 on AdSense. We got a couple good ones. Xbox support, I think I'm ranking for. So Control F, Boobeam. Well, I was actually ranking for Xbox support. It looks like we fell. I was first page for Xbox support. Here, let's take a look at this. I guess maybe with that change, let's come into here. Let me see where this takes me. Into video games. Yeah, that's what I figured. What do we got? Xbox repair. I think we were hitting on that. I haven't checked this in a while. Yeah, we lost a lot, huh? Here, we'll go into here. We'll do Bovine. Wow, I lost a lot of keywords I was getting. So we'll have to go in there and take a look at that. But here, let's get back on track. Yeah, I was actually ranking well for Xbox support, actually, which is... So I think that this is quite interesting. So there's that. Conversion 9%. I've seen better. But let's get back over here. Again, hey, do you have any questions? Hey, Chris. Hey, Kent. How do you add a location in GMB so my knowledge panel shows in new location /city? I mean, you have to be relevant for that particular location. Also, you know, I set up digital references for the locations that I want to pop for, meaning citations. So, you know, you do your original citation sources, but then I'll do internal citations. It's one of the fastest, easiest ways to establish the entity within a particular location or a new location. So that's one of the first things I would do. I really wish Divi would make an application so I could drag and drop 2 menus all over my screens like Adobe Affinity. It's a game changer being able to do that with any builder or software. Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting, actually. Instead of drop-in headings and paragraphs. I run a general contractor business from home. I've requested multiple verification cards from Google My Business and no cards delivered. Is there another way I can get verified? There are other ways, but I've seen guys and gals, business owners, you know, especially recently, wait a month, you know, 45 days to get something. So I would be patient. Also, there's 2 things, quick tips. One, call the AdWords number, because why? You'll always get someone on the phone and they can direct you to the actual phone number of people who will handle that. Make sure, or you can try to set up for local business advertising. This way you're guaranteed to get somebody on the phone, right? But then proposition them and talk to them about your issue and why you can't get verified. If it's about money, you'll get somebody on the phone, okay? Now, aside from that, if you head over to Twitter, go over to Google, this question has been asked so much, but as long as you can provide signage, if you have a card, if you have a shirt with the business name on it, usually signage will get it done. This is very easy to take care of. So that's my advice to you. All right. What's an internal citation? Well, let's cover that quick. All right. So internal citations. Kevin A. asks, what's an internal citation? Now, I've covered this with dedicated videos, but let's talk about it on a better scale here. So if we have our main home page, right? So we have our home page, okay? Off of our home page, you're probably going to have, let's say over here, 1, 2, 3 filler pages, okay? Contact, about, okay? Things like that are filler pages. So here's our home page. Here's our location pages, okay? Off of that, we have our services, okay? Services, locations. Under this, we have all of our locations, okay? So it's locale number 1, locale number 2, and then our services, service 1, service 2, right? And then this could be the URL structure too. So homepage www.locationname, location1, /service1, right? Hopefully this is making sense. Location page could be a category and or a placeholder page. All right, so this is location 2, or 3, I mean, my mistake. And then we have service 3, okay? Now, obviously, all of these are interlinked, and these are interlinked, right? Everything is interlinked. Now, when we're talking about citations or digital references, you have your initial citations that are going to come to the home page. Generally, you're going to have your top 4, okay? So the top 4 being like Foursquared, Apple, Yelp, Bing directory, all right? So these are your leading 4, all right? So this is your top page, and you're going to have your top 4, okay? Top page 4. Now, underneath that, generally, you're going to get, 2 to X amount of other citations, right? These are all going into the home page. Now, when we're going to other locations, we need to establish relevance within a particular location. But let's talk more about the citation itself, okay? When we're talking about a citation, you fill out your name, address, phone number, also known as your NAP, right? This is the same across the board, all right? Unless you have multiple locations with multiple addresses, it's going to be the same across the board, and this is what's generally going to be what you want to do, okay? Name, address, phone number. But within a citations, there's other elements that are within the digital reference, being a description and keywords, and then also a link going to the property. Now, this is where you get your variation, and this is how you establish different locations. And when you want to expand proximity, especially if local markets and also maps GMB is one of your primary assets for generating phone calls for yourself or a client, right? So where you can get a competitive edge or an advantage, one of the ways is we know, okay, citations are beneficial. You're going to build your initial set here containing, and the reason why I pointed out the top 4, there's actually like 7 that are your top places, right? And then you're also going to get your data aggregators. So your initial set is going to contain your top 4 plus your data aggregators with one set of all the same name, address, phone number, but the description, the keywords, and the link going to the home page. Now, when I go into my other locations, this is a location page, but my main location 1, my other location 2, and location 3, which is all interconnected all through here, this is where I start sending my secondary internal citations. So I'm going to, when I have my builder or I manually build them or I have them built separately, it's going to contain variations or spun descriptions. It's going to have the same NAP, right? But it's going to have a different link, and it's going to have different keywords. And the objective here is to go to these internal pages. Okay? Now, how you can get around it is by having a different description, okay? And how you'll have different keywords. You can only have so many keywords that are related to your business. You can start mixing and matching LSI words, variations, and other primary keywords. You'll have a different description, different keywords, and a different link. The link's going to go to the internal page. So this is how you do tiered citation building or multi-leveled citation building. Highly effective, definitely recommended, and that's that. So, many thanks, Chris. Keep up the phenomenal work. Absolutely will. So, I think we got through this particular project, and I feel like that's it for today. The only other thing that I want to do is I want to take this. Let's edit this. General. Okay, skin. Excerpt, call to action, read more. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. So let's edit our post. We'll get a button. Here, hold that. Come on down here. Okay, so we want to do it within here. We'll get our link. Alright, so let's add these in. Make these no follow. Right? Man, this is too much for me. Yeah, so I need to get somebody to do this work for me. But it's a fun little process. So 1, 2, 3. Let's do it here. Right? And then please, I mean, ask any questions if you have any. What I want to do is I want to add something up here. Now let's take a look here. Oh goodness. Well, let's take a look. Let me see here. Well, I guess this is as good as any. Text. Alright, default's perfectly fine. What we'll do is we'll add in a link right here, bada bing. This is going to be a no follow, and it'll open in a new window. Size, extra large, no thank you. We'll do medium, we'll do in the middle. And then this, style, hover, right? Hover animation, no thank you. We'll do normal. Border type, solid, none. Box shadow, none. Padding, none. The color is going to be well, what's our color? Our color's like what? Like a maroonish color, I guess. We'll go for that one. Let me take a look. And then I guess the background is going to be more of a light color, right? More like, well, I guess that's fine. All right, let's bring this baby up. Oh, it's okay. Okay. And where do I want it? I want it. Oh no, don't do that. Oh gosh. Okay, let's bring that back down. I have to say that I dislike this tool, but it's probably just me and my lack of usage. But that's okay. All I want to do is move this over. Okay. Delete. Okay. And then I want this up at the top, but I feel like I want to change this somehow. So let's make this white and see how that looks. I'm a plain kind of guy, you know. I like things very plain. You know, it's just the kind of guy I am, I guess. And hover. What's that look like? Background color, hover animation, pulse. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, I guess we could go for that. Nah, I don't want it to do anything. I take that back. Nah, I don't want you doing anything. Just stay how you are. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that whole situation there. What I ideally want is it underneath here. So can I move this down to here? Or no, it doesn't let me do that. No? Okay. Up at the top, huh? I don't know if I like that. That's not really what I want. I mean, it's not necessarily what I was going for. But I'll take it. And then can I duplicate this? Or no? Can I add this like down here? Alright, so here. That's fine for now until I come back and play with it. Hooray, your post is live. Okay. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Settings. Copy. So let's copy this. And what I want to do is I want to alrighty. So that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to go back and answer any questions that you might have. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Alrighty. We need a photo. Probably gonna have to get some photos, huh? Maybe not today. But I think beforehand I'll probably go snag some photos. I have a way to get some. Maybe I'll share this, but I don't know how. I don't know if it's something that you're supposed to share, but a way to get images from, you know, like Getty Images, I think Photo Bucket or Pick Bucket or something like that. I have a couple cool little places that you can go and get these things. Definitely be something worth sharing, I guess. I'll have to look and see if that's something you're allowed to do, but I guess for an image, if I had to choose one, we'll go with this one. And then general settings. So we have our title, the excerpt. I guess we can go with this. It's not necessarily something I want to fill out. So I'll update this, and that's going to be that. So let's see if we have any other questions. We're having a lot of fun. Keep up the good work. Hey, we're having as much fun as we possibly can playing around with Elementor, but thank you so much. Thank you for the review. I think the problem you had was because you edited it in one text block, but I might be wrong. Yeah, what I don't understand though is why, right? Like, just why? Why can't I do it this way? Like, I did put it in one of these little buckets here, but I guess it's, maybe I'm just used to other editors. Why can't I add in other, edits? So what I'll do is, next time, maybe not live, what I'll do is I'll go in and create a new template, because most of the time when I'm uploading something, unlike the person who had this before, I'm going to have H1s, H2s, H3s, H4s. Like, these are a lot of the things that I had to go in and edit. He had H1s at the top, then he'd have, an H4, 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 then an H1, then an H4, 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 things like that. Just simple things that could have been avoided. For me, I guess AirPods needs to be changed, but we'll go ahead and update that. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think that this is perfectly fine how it is. I want to make... I want that to change. I have the word from our sponsors over here. I'd like this to come over a little bit more, because this is my AdSense over here, but I can barely see it. I think it has something to do with this. So let's move this over and see how that looks. I'm going to have to add this to my quick links. So I'll probably have to add that in. Yeah, I think that there's a couple little setups that we can do. Let's go in here and take a look and see how we did. $4 for one day. Last 30 days. $8.59 in commission, 214 clicks. So December 2nd, we made a whopping $4. We can go in here and I'll show you some more from this if you want. Reports. So anybody that's hopping in, just so you know, it's how about this year? So far from this domain, a whopping $10. Primarily, the sales started coming only because, it's just changed out some of the, changed out a lot of the ads, to lead them over to Amazon. But we'll, I guess we can add some more in. Let's come over here. We'll go to Tools. Product linking. So product links. Link to any page. Choose a product line. Yeah, for me, We just want to take them right to electronics. I guess video games is cool, but I'd prefer electronics. Computers, tablets, components, entertainment, electronic components. I'll take them into here. Well, I already have that link, so yeah, let's go inside of here. All right, is this up? Are we good? Let's take a look at this quick. Again, please answer ask any questions that you might have. So title. All right. Excerpt, we're going to leave that blank. SEO title, okay. Okay, update. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to the plugins. We're going to go to installed plugins. I get asked this quite frequently. You know, what plugins do we have going on here? 421. All right, so I'm going to have to update that. But in the meantime, we'll go inside of here. HTML sitemap. XML sitemap. Post sitemaps. All right. Okay, so it's adding it in. Okay, good. So that's working fine. All right, so that should be okay. The only other thing is schema should be fine. So let's get in here to the posts. And then I know that this one is edit with Elementor. I know that this one's getting some traffic, so let's bring this. We'll copy this, right? All right. Alrighty. Let's highlight this. We'll edit this, paste, and this. No follow, good. Update. So this, change that. Okay. And this is no follow. Okay, update this. And that's perfectly fine. All right, so we've gone in and changed that. Okay. All right, so that's the cache. Alexa. So we'll get in there and we'll change some of this. Edit. That's fine. All right, here's another one. And paste and apply. let's change that. All right, now I want to actually I should link out to just a regular site on here. I would, I would definitely agree as I go through here. All right, reviews. It's fine. Support pages. Okay. That's fine. Okay, good. 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 And then here what we're going to do is we're just going to go to all right, so that one's pretty good. Happy with that. All right. So that's going to wrap it up. I'm getting tired now. Anybody have any questions? Any thought on Google DEC update? Man, I could probably give you an answer. I could probably give you something, but do I think that it's going to be 100% correct? Probably not. Only because I've seen different fluctuations from different sites, right? So I think that it's a matter of your site, but more so going to be leaning more towards the links that you're acquiring, right? So, and also I would really highly just wait. Don't disavow, just sit and wait. Don't change any links. Don't change the content. Just sit and wait. Because a lot of times what's going to happen is when they come out with these updates, what you'll tend to find is they're going to revert the changes, or they'll roll forward changes. They'll make new changes, right? So they've came out with version 1.01, in a week, maybe 2 weeks after they see what happens, they're going to roll out with 1.02. So just give it some time. I'd sit on my hands a little bit longer, but yeah, I think it's geared more towards link issues. You can grab the button code via HTML and put that text box, but first you need to select text, not visual, in the text field. Thank you for that, my friend here. I appreciate that. Add headings. Well, I added the headings within the elements, right? So when I was inside of here, like I can make this a heading. You know what I'm saying? Like I just made heading 1, 2. So it allowed me to do the headings. It just didn't break it up. Like see how each one of these, like, this guy went in here and broke these up individually, like each one. That's a time-consuming feat, and that's something definitely I want to outsource, because this is just the most monotonous job. I was working with a VA that I was trying to train. Like, okay, here's what I need. I'll do all of the other stuff, right? All I need you to do is I'll give you the content, I'll optimize it, I'll take care of that part. But I give it to you, and then here's what I need you to do. I need you to lay these out, do your title, do your body, okay? And then I'll tell you how many images. Like, I'll just give you an Excel file. Here's how many images, here's the content, here's this, here's that. All you have to do is do it. And man, I'd go back and I'd double check the work. They didn't add it right. They didn't do this. So yeah, I went through 2 different people so far, or I'd find somebody, they'd come do some work, and I'd say, all right, you worked on it for X amount, because I tracked them. I had like this tool set on the site. So I was like, all right, you were on site for 3 hours. I'll give you $12, right? I'll give you $4 an hour, as long as you want. his going rate, he asked for $3. I said, I'll give you $4, and here's how I want it done, right? Then I had another gentleman that I was working with. Maybe I'll try a girl next, right? I don't know. Maybe it's the guys. I have no idea. And I was like, all right, listen. He wanted 5. I said, all right, I'll give you $5 per hour, right? And I was like, to be honest with you, I'll count 3 pages as an hour, right? Even though I know you can bang it out way faster. And I'll give you exactly what you asked for, right? Well, this guy did 1 page, and then now I haven't been able to get in touch with him. So I just need somebody that understands at least directions, and, I'll have steady work because I have other projects besides this one. Like, this is just for fun. I'm showing this publicly. This is stuff that I'm just messing around with, right? As you can tell. Like, it's not a serious project at all. But yeah, so if anybody knows a VA that's willing to work, on a project, let me know. Somebody reputable, somebody that's willing to do it fast. Because I have a bunch of projects. So what's your opinion on accelerated mobile pages AMP? Gotch SEO said he has seen websites traffic double for making websites AMP. Well, I like Gotch. I like how he presents, right? So, so I'll say that. Now, as far as AMP is concerned, why would I want to give them any more power? Why would I want them to wield or put my stuff onto their platform, making it less and less? Why would I want to make the shift to where they have full control over everything that much easier, right? I'm not saying that it won't give you traffic, right? This is a benefit to get more people. Why would I want to give them even more control over my content, right? They're already taking away traffic by adding enhancements. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a good thing, but as far as for me personally, no, I haven't switched, and I don't plan on switching. I'm not adding it. I think that they come up with whatever details they want, and I'm sure I've seen results from people, but it's just the fact of my stuff's on their servers, on their stuff. It's just not for me, my friend. But hey, that's, if you want to put your stuff on there so they can show it and do whatever they want with it, which they do anyway, hey, that's up to you. I have nothing against that, by all means. It's just not for me. But yeah. So, as you can tell, I'm getting relatively exhausted. But let's end on a note, right? On a high note here. So, if you are building links, all right? If you're building links for a client, or doing any type of link building, might I suggest this? And it's again, now as I'm deciding to help more people for select things, more things are coming up, right? More things that I've done for some time that I realize that, hey, not everybody does this, right? So let's talk about building links, and this might not be new to you, but let's think of this. So let's say that you are an agency or you're performing SEO work, and you know that you're working on this particular client's site. Okay, here, let's try this again. You have this client site, right? And you have this client site. And you have this client site, okay? And then let's just say you have your site. Now, generally, you're probably going to be a specialist, or at least have these clients are relatively the same or in the same niche, right? So might I suggest utilizing a 301 shortener or a shortener of some sort, at least for some of the links, and breaking up the links. And the reason being is if we have a shortener where we are building links to, or something we control, or an asset that we control, and we control the anchor text, right? And where this power is going. If said client is off, or maybe that project's off, we can always revert this traffic over to another client, and we still control the power as we're building links. So there are services out there, and what I'm getting at is this. There are services out there, 301 services. There's also scripts and things that you can buy to set up your own 301s, right? And where you'll actually have control over the destination URL. Having control over the destination URL, or being able to change the anchor text also, can definitely be utilized. So I guess for the end note or the end tip of the day, I'd be looking into, like I think SERP.io does it. I think is one of them. I think, or it's like Serpix.io, I think we were using. I don't have it on this computer. And there's another one, like Capsulink, I think, does it, right? Or again, you can set up your own. So utilizing, if you're doing a lot of link building, or you're working on a campaign, or working with clients, you obviously want to have control, not only for safety, because if something happens, you can always shut stuff off, but also as a protection measure, or as a way to build up authority and send it wherever you want, changing and utilizing destination URLs and anchor text. All right, so I guess that's a end note. I literally just talked to a CBD guy yesterday morning, or the day before, one of those days, right? And we were talking about this, directing traffic, how can we pass power? What's one way that we can do it, that we can control it? And this was a suggestion that he never heard, so I'm passing it on to you. All right, so data aggregator, never heard of it. What is that? Well, Moz actually has a great diagram, so let's go ahead and take a look at data aggregator from Moz. Okay, here, we'll come over here, and here's an image. Where's the one that I'm used to? It's not this one, is it? This one might be it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. They'll actually talk about it a little bit. But if you take a look here, there's data aggregators, and they're also going to be talking about, citation sources. Some of the big four, right? Some of the big 5, 6 accounts. So Foursquare, Facebook, Yelp, TripAdvisor, Twitter. Bing should be on here. Superpages, YPage, Yahoo Local. But the aggregators, those are more citation sources. The aggregators are over here, right? If you take a look at Infogroup, if you take a look at Axiom, if you take a look at Factual, right? If you take a look at these, here's the red, and then here, look at Apple. Look, see where they're going. See how it covers and encapsulates everything. But if you take a look more over here at Infogroup, or there's another one, Local Ease is another one, but more so this one right here. If you take a look at Infogroup, if you take a look at their reach and everything, they're spreading the details even farther, even faster to a larger network is the only way that I can explain it. But for a small fee, especially if you take a look over here, I think it's Local Ease. They might have changed their name. Maybe even Infogroup does well too. But anyway, look up these services. I believe it's $25. You can self-submit. Other people are going to upcharge you at $80. Some of the providers that rank for citations, they offer this as an upsell for triple what it costs to do it yourself. So check it out. Data aggregator submission. It's $25. I think they raised it to $38. You can do it yourself, right? So after the citation sources, it'll walk you through the process. Relatively simple. And what you'll do is you'll actually get a wider spread, a little bit faster is the best way I can explain it to you. So check this out as well, just how I did, and you can read about it. Data aggregators. So I hope that helps you out. Alrighty, going down the list here. So yeah, it looks like we covered everything. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I had fun. Here's where I got the title from today. I saw that he was up there and I was like, hey, I'll use that title. I am relatively gray hat at the end of the day, so I go with what's running, and then I am talking about SEO in 2021, and I'm talking about how to rank #1 on Google. That's the objective here, amongst other tips. So it has been an absolute pleasure. I hope that you enjoyed this Ask Me Anything. I know there wasn't too many questions. We covered a lot of topics. We did some SEO, very basic stuff. I answered some questions. I had fun. I'm getting tired now, but, we did our thing. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to get up relatively early, so be on the lookout for, I'll walk you through some CTR, some automated CTR. I'll have something on that along with a indexing training. So those two things I'll probably have done tomorrow. So I'm super excited to share with the indexing method, and along with that, I guess we can say automated CTR. I think that'll help a lot of people. So that'll be next on the roster. So it's been more than a pleasure. If you have further questions, ask them in the comments below. I answer all questions, as long as they're, at least semi-relevant to SEO or digital marketing. Aside from that, I had a ton of fun. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you all for giving me the time. Very powerful advice. Do you stream often? It just depends on the day, Streams like this, these AMAs are, hey, I had free time and I wanted to, answer some questions, especially since I have some trainings I'm about to push out. So I was just, I wanted to get out a rush of content, answer some questions, have my face out there. But I stream whenever I have time, whenever I feel like it, whenever I have energy. It just depends. But yeah, it's very difficult to index backlinks. I think to a degree, it can be, depending on how many backlinks and where you're trying to index and how you're trying to index. Take into consideration, yeah, I mean, indexing is relatively important. One way is HTML sitemaps, So HTML sitemaps are relatively powerful, to a degree, So if you're having indexing issues, building links to links is relatively powerful. So if I have an external source, and the external sources, let's say that this is links and links and links, and I'm building all these links to this particular page, right? Or pages. Now within this page or within this website, there's a page, a standalone page that contains my HTML sitemap. If I'm building links and I'm listing all the pages on one page and I'm having trouble indexing all of these links, Why not on this same page that we know that we can get crawled? Why aren't we just running that through an indexer? Because if I'm building links to links and all my links are listed on one page and I have a sitemap that's connected to the rest of the site that I'm going to get indexed, why not? Also, you can have websites that are simply there to put URLs on of links that you built, right? Building links to links helps links get indexed. So if you're building low tier quality pages or links, you can have a site that's just sitting there just to put URLs on to get crawled and get indexed. Freshness calls the bot. I mean, I'm giving you as many hints as I possibly can, as many tips as I possibly can. But if you're having trouble getting links indexed, it's probably a quality issue. You're not going to get 100% indexation on mass quantity of, let's say, XRummer or something like that. But you can increase it by having these URLs, by building a link to those links on something that you control that you can get indexed, by utilizing a cheap service, something that you can run one page to that's a couple pennies. You see what I'm getting at? This can be helpful. There's also other ways. And that's one thing that I'll be sharing coming up. I know that this is a troublesome thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down a few, relatively highly lesser known ways of getting things indexed. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think it'll be helpful for everybody. It's not something I want to share publicly, so I'll just release it super cheap. But again, super cheap, show you training. Here's how you do it. Here's what I would do. And then here's 2 methods. So that's how I'm going to do it. Need traffic, any quick things? Why not just set up a micro workers campaign? That's easy traffic. There's also, if you're just looking for bot traffic, you can send bot traffic. There's a cool bot out there that I ran using, and it did give me a jump, but it dropped right away. I was also sending the same bot traffic to maps for an increase. It was registering. Things were going pretty smooth, but I shut off the campaign. I was using that Epic for a little bit. The issue with it is, as soon as you shut it off, you're going to generally fall, especially if you're pumping bot traffic. There's something within the parameter there's something there. I haven't put my finger on it, but if you read about if you read a little bit about the Google Cloud or the Google Net, I forget exactly how you can bring it up, but this key phrase right here is what you need to start reading about. And as I understand more about this, I'll know more about ways to send more traffic that's considered real. So yeah, many wishes on that. All right, so yeah, that's gonna be it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. If you have questions or if you need help with anything, hey, here's my number. Text me. If it's something serious, text me. I will call you back as long as it's not the middle of the night. Here's the number. I put it in chat. 810-1080. Give me a call. I'll be more than happy to talk with you. Aside from that, if you need any help with anything, go to Chris Palmer Marketing. Just sign up, book a time. I'll talk with you. Hey, I'm here. If you have more questions or if you want me to make a video, ask in the comments. I'll make a video, a dedicated video just for you. If it's a good question I feel could help a lot of people, or if it could just help you, I'll do that too. So let me know. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Gang Chill, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Many blessings, and have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.